Welcome folks. In this video we are going to continue with biology paper 1 for the year 2023, and we are beginning on question 11. The diagram shows the alimentary canal which labeled structure produces gastric juice. So gastric juice is just a digestive juice. So it contains some enzymes that are responsible for certain digestion. Now let's look at these letters. Now for part A, this is an oesophagus. Oesophagus is also known as a gullet. The function of this one, it is just the passage for undigested food from the mouth into the stomach. Then we have structure B, which is the stomach. Now stomach has several functions. Among these we have producing of hydrochloric acid, then the second one producing of gastric juice. So the gastric juice is produced by the walls of the stomach. Then structure C, this should be a pancreas. Then pancreas, we know that it is both exocrine and endocrine system or gland. So it depends on what you are looking for. If you are looking at the endocrine system, you have to look at the releasing of hormones such as insulin and glucagon. Then if you are looking at digestion, which is exocrine, it produces digestive juice, which is a pancreatic juice that contains enzymes that helps to complete the digestion in the small intestines. Then structure D, this is large intestines. So the large intestines are there for absorption of water. So the function of B is to produce the gastric juice. So that is what you need to know. And in most cases, many people are not taught about the gastric juice. So maybe to just give you a summary, a gastric juice is just like a pancreatic juice. So number one, a gastric juice is produced by an exocrine gland. Then the function, it contains some enzymes that starts the digestion of proteins in the stomach. We move on to question 12. Question 12, the diagram shows a gill of a fish in which labeled parts does the gaseous exchange take place. So the gaseous exchange has to do with gill filament. So this question is the same as we want to identify the structure corresponding to a gill filament from the letters Q, R, S, T. So the structure is T. T is a gill filament. Gill filament works same as the lungs or alveoli in the human body. So this is where the gaseous exchange of fish occurs. We move on to question 13. The diagram shows the life cycle of a mosquito. Which stage in the life cycle of the mosquito transmits pathogen? Now, a pathogen is just a microorganism that has the ability to cause a disease. Now, for this pathogen to cause a disease, it has to move from one position to another position. If, for example, if this person is affected by malaria, then this B is not affected by malaria. So the pathogen, which is Plasmodium, in the blood of A must be transmitted to the blood of B. So for this one to be transmitted, we need something that will act as a transport. So whatever that transmits the pathogen is referred to as a vector. So a mosquito is an example of a vector. Now from the 4 stages, which stage can a mosquito transmit a pathogen? So it's the adult. Since the adult, it is able to move from one position to another position. Then 14, a stigma against people living with HIV and AIDS can be reduced by fear, no. B, lack of information, no. This one is just the opposite. Then C, myth, no. D, sensitization. So this is the answer. Sensitization is like teaching people, trying to reduce their superstitious stories that they know about HIV and AIDS. Question 15. The diagram shows some storage organs in plants. Which of the following correctly identifies these organs? So let's begin with P. So you need to study this under their sexual reproduction in plants. So for P, this is a rhizome. So make sure as you are studying biology, please make sure you commit the structures to memory. Please, you need to master these, very important. Then for a Q, we have a tuber. Then for this one, we have a comb. Okay, so the answer is just D. We can see that D, P is a rhizome, Q, tuber, R, comb. We move on to question 16. The table shows the blood groups in human beings. Blood group A, B, AB, O. Which blood group can be donated to any person? So here, we are just looking at the universal donor. So the universal donor, we are looking at the blood that can be donated to any human being. So from here, we know that O is a universal donor, AB is the universal recipient. Then we move on to 17. The diagram shows the section of the human heart. We have these structures. R represents the right ventricle. Q, we have a valve. P, we have left atrium. Now the question is, what is the function of the structure Q? So Q is a valve. Now the function of the valve is to prevent back flow of blood. So let's look at the multiple choices. A, controls the amount of blood leaving the heart, no. B, increases the pressure in part R, no. C, prevents backflow of blood into P. So the answer is C. So whenever this closes, then the blood will not go in this direction, but will move in this direction. So therefore, we are saying the function of the valve Q prevents the backflow of blood into the left atrium. We have question 18. Where is urea made and where is it removed? So urea is made in the liver, removed by the kidney during the urine formation. So the answer is C. 19. The diagram shows this section through the human skin. Which labeled structures releases sweat on a hot Sunday? So here we are trying to find the sweat gland. So the sweat gland is just C here. Then we move on to the last question, question 20. Which of the following is not an endocrine gland? A, pancreas is an endocrine gland. If you look at the release of insulin, stroke, glucagon. Then salivary produces the salivary, so this is an exocrine gland. So the answer is this one, because testis is an endocrine gland which produces hormones such as testosterone. Then thyroid produces thyroxine. So the answer is B. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.